Now, we have talked about a bunch of hypocritical YouTubers on this channel and even on the second channel, but I think today's subject takes the cake as being the biggest hypocrite to ever upload onto the YouTube platform. Today on the channel, we talk about Dhar Mann. Now, if this is your first time hearing about this channel, then you're in luck. Dhar Mann is the owner of Dhar Mann Studios, which is a production company that creates high quality videos that play out as short films. They usually consist of a message within the video, like to always be nice to someone, or to treat people equally, or to never judge a book by its cover. The videos always end off on a positive note, and it's very formulaic, and you'll usually know what happens in the first couple of seconds of the video. But do you know what's not predictable? Being sponsored by Ridge Wallet. If you've ever driven for long periods at a time, having an old bulky wallet in your back pocket starts to become uncomfortable after the first 30 minutes into the road trip. What if I told you that you could relieve this discomfort by switching to a Ridge Wallet? The sleek design makes it more comfortable to fit in your front pocket, and it's the size of a credit card, but could hold money and up to 12 credit cards at a time. Each wallet is backed with a lifetime warranty, and the team over at Ridge are so confident that you'll like the product that they'll give you a 99-day test drive with their product. And if you don't like it, they'll give you your money back. But Ridge doesn't just sell wallets, they also sell other products as well, like this high quality backpack that holds my laptop and other items flawlessly when I'm on the run. So use my link in the description below and check out the Ridge Wallet website, and at checkout use code BILLS for 10% off of your order. Again, at checkout use code BILLS for 10% off of your order. Thank you to Ridge Wallet for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back into it. Now, there are a lot of Dhar Mann clones on YouTube, which makes sense seeing that the Dhar Mann channel has close to 20 million subscribers, and at its peak, before all of this controversy surrounding the company came to light, Dhar Mann was able to pull in around 20 million views per video. These Dhar Mann clones were never really good, and I actually reacted to some of those Dhar Mann ripoffs with my wife over on our reaction channel, but I mean, if you want to go check it out, you can. But anyways, over the past couple of years, Dhar Mann has built up a reputation of being one of the best storytelling channels on YouTube, combining high quality camera work with great script writing, which equals a great video if you're a child. These videos and reputation generated millions of subscribers and views for the channel, and Dhar Mann would achieve a subscriber count of over 18 million subscribers as of today. Now, Dhar Mann has done something better than any other YouTuber on the platform that has a huge following, and that's staying out of controversy and drama. For a long time, everyone felt like Dhar Mann was unproblematic and just focused on building his channel while also giving small-time actors and actresses big-time roles in his videos, and also for him to spread a message of being positive whenever things seem negative. It's pretty much his whole mantra on his channel. But in February of 2023, the facade of being this great YouTuber who cared about his cast and crew started to vanish once he was put on trial by his oldest actors and actresses that have been in the videos since they recorded in an apartment complex when they first created the channel back in 2018. Again, this all started to come to light in the beginning of 2023 when a video would surface from one of the main actors who's been in the majority of Dhar Mann's videos. During these videos, Colin speaks about how he was underpaid and a lot of other actors couldn't afford rent with the amount of money they were being paid, even though Dhar was making millions of dollars each and every year off of the videos they starred in. But before even creating the channel, Dhar Mann was already worth a lot of money, having businesses well before establishing himself as a YouTube titan. But he's always been pretty scummy. Back in 2013, he was charged with 5 counts of fraud and was ordered to pay $10,000 in fees. When he stumbled onto this new genre on YouTube in 2018, it was like a goldmine for him that was not even explored, and he'd see the benefits from YouTube pretty quickly. Over the years, the production quality has grown and allowed Dhar Mann and his actors to get a studio to make even higher quality videos. Views started to surge, and it was only a matter of time before Dhar hit 1 million subscribers and then 10 million subscribers on his channel. But behind the scenes, Dhar was not paying his actors a livable wage. You see, all the actors and actresses featured in Dhar Mann's videos are pretty much all freelance actors, which means that they are pretty much part-timers so that Dhar doesn't need to give them benefit or health insurance. Dhar Mann also paid his cast an hourly wage, which is different compared to other gigs in LA, which usually pays per day, not per hour, which we will touch more upon later on in this video. With this drama all coming to light, there started to be protests outside of Dhar Mann Studios, with former actors protesting a lack in wage increase over the years and mistreatment on set. Now, before, when anyone had issues issues with pay or question Dhar Mann at all, they'd usually just get fired or ghosted, leaving the actor without pay and without any sense of direction, not really knowing if they have a job or if they're completely gone and fired. I guess this has been happening for a while, but it's only now being talked about more because of Dhar Mann's actions currently. The oldest employees wanted to hold a meeting with Dhar in hopes that they could speak to him about their wages and if they'd ever see an increase with their hourly wage. Colin's video mentions that in the beginning, Dhar Mann promised an increase in wage once the company grows, but never fulfilled his promise. This is because the actors were technically contractors or freelance workers who Dhar could reach out to if he needed a role filled in upcoming videos. But this didn't give them the reassurance or guarantee that they would have a consistent gig or a pay increase. And now with Dhar having a huge following and the studio being located in LA, he could hire other freelance workers to fill the roles of anyone who felt like they needed to leave in order to get better jobs. But now back to the meeting. Dhar Mann never showed up to the meeting, and even before the actors were made aware that he wasn't going to meet with them, Dhar Mann kept pushing back the meeting multiple times. This led a good handful of former actors to protest outside of the shoot and disrupt filming. Of course, this caught the eye of social media when other actors started to upload videos of their own experience with Dhar Mann and working on the sets of his videos with the hashtag Dhar Mann protest on TikTok. Here's Colin speaking about the whole situation and how he felt with Dhar Mann not giving the oldest, most loyal actors the time of day to speak to them about their concerns.
One of the main issues is that not a single actor that works at Dhar Mann Studios can afford rent. This is a show that has millions of views across multiple social media platforms. Videos are shot, edited, posted, repackaged as new videos, reposted in other places over and over and over and over and over again, racking in millions of views, ad revenue, all this sort of stuff. The studio has continued to expand for some time. My entire tenure there, when I first started, we shot everything, as I've told you guys on lives and things like that. We shot everything in an apartment building downtown, in an apartment, not even the building. Occasionally we would go to the garage of that building, but it was really just all in one apartment. We sent a letter to him, a hard copy and an email. The email was CC'd to the head of production as well, so that we made sure that Dhar got it, but it was addressed to Dhar. It was delivered to Dhar. That letter was forwarded to the HR department, which we are not employees of Dhar Mann Studios. We are contract players. So exactly what we have to do with HR, we're not entirely sure, but it was forwarded over there. We were contacted, said we could have a meeting to discuss our issues. That meeting was pushed several times, changed on us. When we finally got to the meeting, we had reiterated that we wanted it to be with Dhar. Dhar was not there. And we said, well, we are not going to have the meeting until Dhar is here. You guys can be here, the head of production, the head of HR. That's great. We'd love for you to be there too, so everybody's on the same page. But our meeting is with our boss, the person who signs our contracts, Dhar Mann. Thank you very much. Please get back to us with a time for the next meeting by next Tuesday. Just a time for the meeting, not necessarily the next meeting, but by Tuesday. We said this in person. We reiterated it a few minutes later via an email. We checked back in following a couple days, reiterating again, we would like to speak specifically with Dhar. This is what the meeting is about. This is our boss. This is who we want to talk to. End of the week comes and goes. We learned Saturday there will not be a meeting. Meanwhile, a lot of other stuff has happened at the studio. Some not great stuff. Whether it's connected or not, we don't know because no one's talking to us. So that's why we're here right now, because all we wanted to do was sit down and have a conversation with our boss. That didn't happen. We were told explicitly that there will not be any meetings and that any issues that we have can be written down and forwarded to HR. And that's just not acceptable.
After the multiple videos made on Dhar Mann and how he treated his workers, like firing actors who had health problems during shoots or firing actors because they couldn't make it to a recording session due to personal reasons, and he wouldn't even reschedule or even speak to that actor ever again. Now bigger YouTubers weighed in with their own opinion on the situation. Moist Critical spoke about the controversy surrounding Dhar Mann in a video titled Dhar Mann is in huge trouble. During this video, Charlie speaks about how Dhar Mann pays those actors pennies compared to what he gets paid and how it's not right. Charlie also brings up a pretty good issue with the child actors within Dhar Mann Studios and was wondering if they get compensated fairly or if they get a worse pay wage than the older and wiser actors because they don't know how to ask for a higher rate. It seems like every big YouTuber who spoke about the situation touched on the fact that Dhar Mann is a multi-millionaire and how the one video that these actors star in gets reposted a bunch of times to other platforms like TikTok and Facebook. And I wouldn't even be surprised if it showed up on Rumble in a couple of weeks to make as much money as possible. Now, before I continue, I want to reiterate that there's nothing wrong with publishing a video to multiple different platforms and in different languages. We see that with MrBeast all the time and nobody has an issue with it. My issue is with how Dhar Mann uses his money and how he underpays his staff and actors. Dhar Mann makes a ton of money each month and he should have his actors on a pay per day wage instead of an hourly wage, because it would ensure that they would be paid a livable wage for contributing to the success of the channel, because without those actors, there is no Dhar Mann and channel. There's other videos from another creator who worked with Dhar Mann who spoke about the contract and how sometimes you have to dedicate at least 5 days of your life to film a Dhar Mann video. But he goes on to state that you have no clue what your role and hours will be until you actually sign the contract. So if you have a shitty role and you only work for 3 hours a day for 5 days, you only make about $500 by the end of the week. But a lot of the time you wouldn't work every single day. $500 a week might sound great if you're just starting out in the industry, but trust me, it's not that much money, especially if you're living in California, which is really bad right now. Now, after the protests broke out and a bunch of big creators spoke about Dhar Mann and his channel, there was a little Dhar Mann civil war. The old actors who worked with Dhar Mann said that he underpaid them and wasn't concerned about their well-being on set, but the actors who stayed with Dhar Mann stated that he did pay them well and he's been nothing but a stand-up guy. And again, it was very weird because if you look at Dhar Mann's community posts, he'll repost a lot of these videos from the actors that worked with them or work with them currently, just to push his narrative that he's not that bad of a person and that the actors that do work with him actually do like working with him. It's very weird, and it does seem like he's kind of, you know, making it seem like he's like this great boss, and he's just verifying it by sharing other people's videos where obviously they're actors, so you just pay them to do it. But you know, eventually the old actors formed their own channel, leaving the Dhar Mann channel behind. And Dhar Mann and his Dhar Mann Studios Instagram page posted statements to their pages. Dhar Mann on his community post stated, "Hey Dhar Mann fam, we want to address the recent protest by some of our actors. First off, we'd like to thank the many actors and fans who have reached out to show their support, gratitude, and solidarity to us. We truly appreciate you. For background, we did arrange an in-person hour-long meeting with actor representatives and two of our most senior leaders, including our head of productions, in hopes of understanding concerns prior to any protests. During that meeting, the actor representatives refused to communicate any concerns and instead walked out. We followed up with a request for written feedback and never received a response. More info in our stories. In regards to actor compensation, we believe we pay our actors competitively compared to our peers. Our rates for actors vary. Extras receive $18 per hour, and speaking role actors receive $33 to $44 per hour. We are proud to have given thousands of actors job opportunities, and last year alone paid millions of dollars in actor compensation. Actors by nature work for many different production companies. We offer project-based opportunities that vary from a few hours long to a few days. We do not offer full-time positions, as we try to spread around opportunities and show a wide range of faces." See, this is where he kind of gets you. This is not what he wrote on his community post, but I'm just trying to insert myself because the reason why he's saying that they don't offer full-time positions is because of the benefits. We've already spoke about this. He doesn't want to give them any benefits because instead he would have to do more forms once it came tax season. So yeah, he doesn't want to do full-time because he would have to offer them insurance, and he just doesn't want to do that. Anyways, he goes on to say, "All details including pay rate and length of production are specified in the offer letter, and the actor has the freedom to accept or decline the project. If accepted, actors are always paid shortly after the production wraps, typically within 72 hours. We highly encourage feedback and have many outlets for actors to express their concerns, including anonymous actor surveys we send out after productions wrap and anonymous actor feedback boxes in our studios. We receive an overwhelming amount of positive feedback and very high ratings. Any concerns we address quickly. Yesterday, a group of protesters interfered with 2 productions that were taking place. We want to apologize to the crew members and actors affected by these protesters and for the stress that it may have caused. We thank you all for your support and understanding. More information can be found on our stories." Now, the Instagram stories that Dhar Mann refers to were obviously deleted after 24 hours. That's just how Instagram works. But another huge YouTuber, Jarvis Johnson Gold, spoke about the stories and how odd they were. So I'll add a snippet of his video to get some more context with the Instagram stories Dhar Mann was referring to.
Myth number 6 is a personal favorite of mine because of the way that they've chosen to address this point. Myth number 6, we don't take feedback. I don't know if that's was said expressly, but it seems kind of too broad, right? They say, truth, we are a very feedback-driven culture. We have 3 ways of giving us feedback, and you'll never believe the first way. Number 1, the anonymous actor feedback box, which people can leave their opinions in. They're collected frequently and reviewed by management. We now have the option for people to let us know who they are, so we can actually contact them and follow up on their feedback. But they can also choose to remain anonymous. Oh my God, you have a feedback box. Problem solved. I can definitely be sure that when I put my feedback in the feedback box that it'll get addressed. First of all, it looks like a trash can. 2, it doesn't say feedback box. It says suggestion slip. Like, I don't know, maybe could we have more vegetarian options at the crafty table? Like, that's what a suggestion slip implies to me. Not suggestion, maybe we could have a little bit more pay for how much we've contributed to the business. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's really gonna happen on a suggestion slip.
Now, these statements from Dhar were debunked pretty quickly from the previous videos from his ex-actors, and he really didn't touch upon everything that the actors were upset about, but instead he apologized to the actors that were working instead of acknowledging the reason for the protesters protesting in the first place. Instead, he posted another community post stating, "The past week has been a roller coaster of emotions. I'm saddened for those affected by everything going on and for the various misleading stories that have spread. I have met with some great actors who have been with us from the beginning, and we are going to do our best to get through this together in a respectful and positive way. For those that don't know, there have been recent protests at our studio by a group of actors, many of whom we have not worked with in years. These protesters represent a small percentage of the thousands of actors we have and do not represent the views of all actors. The protesters have said that I won't meet with actors and did not show up for a planned meeting. That's not true. I love meeting with actors and talking to them whenever I am at the studio. But if there's ever a formal meeting request from an actor, the meeting usually starts with our head of production or our HR manager, not me personally." Now, again, I wanted to chime in. If you really enjoyed speaking with actors, and again, with a lot of their videos, they all collaborated, saying that they all sent him multiple emails addressed directly to him, saying that they wanted to have a meeting for their wages. So, of course, if you're reading the email and they're talking about money and you're how he is, he probably doesn't want to pay that much or pay any more money than what he feels like is necessary. He's gonna obviously have other people go and do the dirty work for him. He goes on to say, "When the protesters requested a meeting, it was scheduled with our management team. It was never communicated that I would attend. During that meeting, the protesters did not communicate any concerns and instead walked out within a few minutes. Given the unsuccessful meeting, we asked they put their concerns in writing so we could address them. Instead of doing that, they came to our studio to disrupt productions, causing stress to crew members and actors. Certain protesters even spread false information to hurt the studio, my family, and me. That's the reason why I have not met with these individuals. I would also like to address the misinformation being spread by protesters that we don't pay our actors. This is 100% not true. We always pay actors for any work they perform. We do not have any full-time actors. We offer project-based opportunities. This is a standard practice in the production and acting industry. All details, including pay rate and length of production, are specified in the offer letter, and the actor has freedom to accept or decline the project. If accepted, actors are paid within 72 hours after a production wraps. Our current rates for actors with speaking roles are $33 to $44 an hour. While I'm taking the steps to stop the spread of misinformation, I do acknowledge that there's always opportunity for growth. So today in my meeting with actors, we came up with the ways to improve things such as more efficient booking system, stronger communication, and more consistent hours and pay. These changes are now in motion. My mission on why I started this channel has always been to spread positivity. Although this has been a challenging time, I am never going to stop working hard towards that goal. I do ask to please stop with any negative comments, especially towards actors, regardless of their views. I'm so thankful for all of your love and support. Now, after this situation, nothing really happened to Dhar Mann or his channel. I guess his channel did slow down, but his views are still around 175 million views per month. So yeah, not really impacting him at all. I just hope that Dhar Mann actually listens to his actors and future actors and the people he works with in the future, or else he'll just end up like the bosses he speaks about in his own videos. But that's all for me. How do you feel about the whole Dhar Mann situation? And do you think he'll start treating his employees with more respect and not act like he's the main actor within this whole entire situation? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to send me any any content creators to check out, the best way to do so is through my Instagram DMs or on my Discord that will both be linked in the comments below. Along with those two links, I'll also leave a second link for my second channel that has been popping off lately, so I just want to say thank you for all the support on that channel. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel to never miss any future uploads. I would just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Allegations that came out against her just recently. Now, if you don't know who Blair is or Illuminati, she's a YouTube channel that has 1.7, well, it used to have 1.7 million subscribers, but now is around 1.6 million, closer to 1.7, but she's lost 30,000 subscribers within the past couple of days. Now, if you missed the last video, you missed a lot of the drama that happened over on Twitter.